Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at Bandai's Anime Heroes Digimon WARGREYMON. I just want to do the question of the day right now. I know Pokemon is vastly more popular around the world. However, which do you prefer? Do you like Digimon more than Pokemon? For me, the Digimon anime was all kinds of cool when I was watching it as a kid. Like, I watched the Pokemon one too, but Digimon had some really cool story arcs and some really badass character designs, and so I like that a whole bunch. I'm not going to say I like one more than the other personally, though, because I like the games, obviously, a lot for more for Pokemon, but the anime, I think Digimon might take the crown. Okay, so let's get into this. It's a really cool figure at a low price point. It's not the most expensive or fancy thing in the world, but that might be okay for you. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands, I'm just going to go to like the top of the main head, not counting horns and things, as best as I can estimate, just shy of 16 centimeters. And that's going to make him pretty close to 6¼ inches. And here he is up against what the Darwin? Every time I grab this guy, he's in some other weird, awkward pose, sniffing people, doing all kinds of weird stuff. Okay, now we're good. Let's do our height measurement, comparison, and measurement. He is almost the same height as Darwin. Darwin does, I guess the horn is about the same height as Darwin, but at the head, Darwin's a little bit taller. But overall, WARGREYMON is exactly, reasonably speaking, one Darwin tall. Alright, so let's talk about the most important thing about this guy, other than it's an inexpensive WARGREYMON figure. It's really inexpensive. $20. $20 for this. $26 for this. Guess how many reused parts are in this figure? Guess. Pause the video real quick. Think about it. You probably already paused it. You don't know what I'm saying. Alright, it's none. There are no reused parts in this figure. Guess how many are in this figure? Everything but the hands and head. Maybe the belt, I don't remember. Look at the amount of coloring on this figure. Look at the amount of coloring on this figure, and I do believe Darwin was one of the $26 Marvel Legends. That is absurd. Absurd. Anybody who defends the Marvel Legends price hike, I don't even buy that it's the licensing. I don't buy it, because, yeah, you're paying for the licensing, but you're also selling way more because of the licensed characters. So I'm thinking that's offset. Anyway, just look at that comparison. $20, $26, 30% more money. That's nuts. Okay, let's look at it. Aesthetically speaking, it is a lot of molded plastic. There is paint, and where it is there, it's pretty clean. His little cod piece, that red bit, is clean. These are actually all molded parts. Most of it is molded. They did a surprising amount of molding to avoid painting, which a lot of people like, and I don't mind in a lot of cases. This is painted, could be a little bit better, but it's pretty good. Like, that little notch down there is supposed to be there, so that's fine. The eyes are gorgeous. Nice tampography on there. The horn stripes are clean. No issues there. I don't know what else is painted. I think there's paint somewhere back here. I think it's the orange for the calf right there. I can't tell for sure on camera right now. It doesn't really matter. It's clean. It looks good. This is painted nicely. It's good. Now, what's there is good. Don't get me wrong. However, we are missing any semblance of anything being metallic at all. And the colors are definitely not as saturated as they could be. And there's no shading, no washing, nothing. They definitely had to save money in some places. Like his claws, for instance, they're just dark gray. Right? There's nothing fancy about this at all. I think that's perfectly reasonable and acceptable at the $20 price point in today's market. This is an incredible value. I mean, this guy doesn't have anything on him either, quality paint-wise. $26 from Hasbro, a million times. Well, I guess probably the Bandai that's producing this is nowhere near the size of Hasbro, I assume, because this would be Bandai America, I believe. Anyway, it's nuts. It's a really, really good value considering the sculpt, the size. It's bulky. There's so much more plastic there. It's nuts. So aesthetically speaking, for what it is, 9 out of 10. Would it benefit significantly from a buttload of paint? Absolutely. For what it could be, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10 because some paint on there would go forever. Like, it'd just be great, but not for 20 bucks, not happening. So that leads me to my next point. If you are so inclined to paint a figure, this thing's only 20 bucks. Grab one, paint it up. It's gonna look gorgeous. The sculpts are there, like a little bit of line work on there and some metallics, and you're done. I mean, it would already look great. I'm just thoroughly impressed. I'm very pleased with this. Okay, let's talk about accessories. None. There are none. That's a bummer. Okay, 0. Let's talk about the articulation. That's also not great. But again, for 20 bucks, I think it's reasonable. The head, it's on a ball peg, so you get a little bit of leaning. His hair is just getting in the way in the back, so you get your rotation, you get your leaning. It does look down a little bit. Doesn't look up because of the hair, so very limited. Shoulder pads, not the most effective design ever, because they're just connected up there, which means they don't really move in the right way for the arms to be functional. That's definitely a bummer. But the arms are connected on a ball peg, which allows them to move around relatively well. You get your ball hinge. It's very tight. You get a ball hinge that has perfectly great functionality. It's a little bit annoying to get to, but you can raise the arms better than horizontal. These just pop right off and on, so that's nice. So yeah, technically, like, the functionality is good. If you wanted to do a little bit extra modding, to disconnect these from those tabs at the shoulder, connect them to the bicep, and you're even better off. But the shoulders and arms themselves have really good range. Obviously, they have full rotation where the shoulder pad isn't. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow. Plenty of range, better than 90 degrees. And then you get your wrist swivel, which is actually a ball peg. That's pretty good. I'll take it. These guys back here are connected on single ball pegs, by the way. So they just pop off and on really easily. In fact, you have to get them out of the package, pop them off. So that's fine. Torso, it's a ball peg. So it does a little bit of leaning forward, back, side to side, and you get some rotation. Nothing crazy, but it's there. His skirt armor is hinged, so that's fine. His hips, I hate this. They spent money on this. They shouldn't have. They're hinged ball pegs. I mean, they work out okay. You can get the legs out to the side almost all the way. The feet are kind of heavy despite being hollow, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. But they hold up well enough. Going forward and out to the side is very limited when they're all the way up, by the way. When they're down, you do get decent enough range going forward with a little bit of fidgeting, but it's not great. Again, for 20 bucks, I think it's okay. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knees are just standard knees. Yeah, we have some color disparity right here, but it's nothing crazy. The kneecap is definitely a little bit different, but decent enough range considering the design of the armor. Those red things have to go somewhere. And then for the ankles, you get an actual ball hinge, which is wonderful. I like that. It's just so damn tiny. So that's another thing where if you are inclined to do a little bit of customizing, find yourself a big old ball hinge and just do some drilling and give yourself really good ankle range. But the sculpt is there that it's okay. So the foot goes forward that far, obviously the armor's in the way. It goes back pretty far, that's okay. And then you get a little bit of an ankle rocker. So it's fine, it's just a little tiny ball hinge doesn't help it any. And the feet are hollow, that's to help with weight and plastic costs, I'm sure. I don't really care, I don't really need to have him doing karate kicks or anything, but it would look better to not have hollow feet for some poses, I guess. So, articulation is reasonable for the price point. It's not good though, so I have to just rate it objectively. It's like a 5 out of 10 at best, but for the price point, considering everything else you get, I think it's fine. And I'm working on my top 10 figure of the year video, and I wasn't planning on including this guy, but then once I opened him, I'm like, for 20 bucks, I think I have to, right? Maybe. We'll see, I guess. But damn, I mean, Darwin's gonna be number 1 for sure. He costs more and is a terrible figure compared to this one. So he's got him. I think this guy might be on the list. It's a good release. I don't know. I'm going to give it an overall rating considering the price point and everything. I want to say I'm going to go 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. It definitely could do better with coloration. And a little bit of paint on there, but I don't think they could have, given the price point and all the new molding and articulation and whatnot. So it's like, it is flawed, but it's a damn good release for 20 bucks. You can't buy much for 20 bucks these days. So I like it. I think you will too. If you're at all inclined to get this, go ahead and get it. What the heck, it's 20 bucks. Spruce it up a little bit and you'll be set. It's awesome. All right, there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.